Right. Okay, Derek. Nice to see you. Have you got any questions? Do you want to unmute yourself? Bottom left should be. There you go.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah, long time no see you speak, but that's good news in the sense, isn't it? That we don't have any issues. Yes. I think you more than did your duty and care and everything last year when, we had all those issues with those 3 staff. Yes. So, thought a peace and quiet for you would have been great. But,
I'm not sure it's peace and quiet, to be honest.
Well, but sure. From our side anyway. Look, I've got something, but it's of someone I know that's got some issues. Now, if you want me to take it offline and speak to you or one of your people separately, just say so. Okay? It's to do with a fixed-term contract. And they basically just contacted this person, because the person has been on a fixed-term contract since September 22, and it's been renewed in 23, 24, 25.
No, that's not okay. No, okay, sorry, carry on. I've already seen what a problem is, but carry on. Let's go.
Okay, and so they just basically tried to arrange a meeting for last week, and it was cancelled at short notice and said, they'd have it this week. And the whole meeting lasted a total sum of 5 minutes.
Right.
And basically wouldn't give a reason why it was being cancelled. They had an HR person on the call as well. But it wasn't her line manager. Her line manager wasn't there. It was her line manager's manager. So 2 levels above. And they just didn't give any reason why it was being cancelled. It wasn't due to poor performance because the person had already won an award.
Well, it doesn't matter what the reason was, because she's got over 3 years continuous employment, whatever the paperwork says. So unless she's been issued with a P45 every year, they can't just do it without a full disciplinary process or restructuring or settlement agreement. So therefore, they've done unfair dismissal. She's entitled to 1 year's pay.
Okay.
That's it, straight away. I mean, without anything else. I mean, we can look for something else, but there's already a whole year.
There are other things and things like that, because there is another in the same team, another person on a fixed-term contract that, as far as this person knows, wasn't contacted, wasn't.
No, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She has over 2 years continuous service. So anything they do to fire doesn't matter. They'd have to go through the correct process to even have a chance of getting out of an unfair dismissal claim. So it doesn't matter what they did with anybody else. It's irrelevant. With her, she has 3 years continuous service, coming up for 3.5. Unfair dismissal, 1 year's pay. Go to ACAS, early conciliation, start a claim. Absolutely.
Okay.
And add in discrimination for good measure. So.
Yeah, and one of the real sucker
Melanie,
was,
I can do both sides of this. I'm very good at doing both sides.
Yeah. I mean, they even wanted her to cancel her leave to do a handover end of March. And she said, no, she paid for the flights. We're not cancelling it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, anyway, absolutely.
Okay, I think you've given in enough things that this person's got a good claim. So thank you.
Oh, excellent claim. Yeah, really good. Definitely do that. Okay, Melanie, smiling away at my advice there.
Yeah, I love it. So a quick update. I think I asked you a question last time or whatever about the sponsorship thing, and obviously you didn't know because of the sponsorship. But I found out, so you might want to know.
Oh yes.
The terms and conditions of it are such that you can't, the contract that has the ability to reduce working hours, it doesn't apply to sponsorship. You can't do it. You have to stick to the hours you're on.
Okay.
Yes, not ideal. So, but it means that if you reduce other people's hours, you're not discriminating because you've got a terms and condition you have to apply, go to.
Oh,
so that's
good.
fine.
Yeah.
So you can reduce the others. So therefore, I need to find different things for this person to do. And I was going to write an email such to say that, your working pattern and role might be more flexible over the next few weeks, etc. And then she's got a job description, which is fairly loose anyway. But I was going to do, because I know that, especially with sponsorship, but also with HR law changing going forward, everything has to be documented and blah, blah, right?
Yes.
So I thought if I did a document that said extended role whatever it is, and just
responsibilities.
Just put the extra bits in it as like an appendix to that. Get her to agree to that, because it just means more admin and other stuff.
Yeah.
And then like new measures and new KPIs and things, because obviously it's a slightly different role, and then split it out to make up the hours. Is there anything else, belt and braces, I should be doing?
No, that all sounds perfect. So I would, when you have the meeting with her to discuss, obviously record the meeting, that she doesn't say afterwards, you made me do this, you put me under duress. Don't know why she would, but it's always better to do that. And then, like you say, send it in writing and say, please. Well, actually, I wouldn't even say sign it. I mean, she can sign it, but it's like, this is what we've agreed going forward. If you disagree or if you've got any concerns about this, please come to me. And then if she doesn't, that would be the acceptance.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Thank you.
Brilliant. Okay. Chris Cooper, haven't seen you on here for ages. Oh, yes. It should be bottom left.
How are you, Caroline?
Yeah, good. It's a busy day.
I'm always busy.
Don't get me started on tips and gratuities and bribes today. It's just in golf clubs. Gosh, hotbeds of money laundering. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but no, I always get you invites, and I always say, I must. And the one popped through this morning. I went, right, I can do it today.
Brilliant.
Here I am. Good. Nice to see you.
Yes. Have you got any questions at all? Any niggles?
I guess tips are still a bit that way, isn't it? Sometimes there's a bit of cash floating around, and it's not that we want to turn a blind eye to it, but it's almost sometimes it's easier, for want of a word, isn't it? We know that, and it's just trying to get on top of it all. Most of ours goes through the till, but we do know from time to time there's the odd little bit of from the vets match or from this match or So some of it we don't see, but some of it we hear about. So it's not hundreds and thousands. It's not, but we know.
Yeah. We had an issue this morning with a club where the society had given, they collected £15 per attendee to give on to the staff. That amount of money, I don't know, it's probably about £300, had been handed to an employee at the golf club last November, and just not appeared anywhere. And they were going to, some of the members had attended with the society, so they knew about it because they'd been charged this £15. And they actually raised it with the GM. It's like, that definitely went to where it was supposed to go, didn't it? And he's like, I've not seen that money at all. Spoke to one of his employees and was like, I'm going to have to talk to the member. I haven't seen that money, blah, 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 because he didn't realize the employee he was talking to had been involved. And suddenly the employee says, well, actually, I've got the money. I've had it for 3 months in my jacket pocket because I wasn't sure what to do with it. It's
just go and give it to the GM.
Yes. Just say, I've got this money. What do we do with it? It's like, why did you keep it for 3 months? It's just very strange. Very strange. So we are going to do a disciplinary procedure on that. But the other thing is with tips, but not tips per se, but when they say, I'd like to buy you a drink, I don't know how you do it in your...
So we have a button on the till where we've had it for a long time. And I even did it 20 odd years ago when I was at Gillingham where, again, the girls were getting tips. And I went, this can't continue. It has to go through payroll. So they've always had a button here, which is great. Yeah. So it just goes through payroll, basically.
Okay. And how much is your button worth?
It's gone up over time. We've just recently set it at £4.
Good. Thank you. I'm like a mind reader. That's what I said to the other club this morning, is that they're buying drinks. Don't let them choose what they're going to have.
No, it's just a button.
Just one, because there was another club yesterday. Gosh, it's a tips and drinks week. I can tell that in the golf clubs. Yeah. Probably because of the weather. Everybody's like, I need something to drink to make me happier. They had that people were buying the staff drinks, and the staff didn't want to drink all of them at the end of their shift because they were driving. Yeah. So they were allowing them to take full bottles of Corona beer home, and they were taking like 8 bottles at a time. And I'm like, there's so many things wrong with that, but particularly I feel your licensing permit doesn't let you do that.
No, probably doesn't.
So you need to go and check that so that you can use that as a reason to stop it and put a button. So yeah, good. Thank you. That's great. That's
okay.
I can go say, well, Chris does it and it works fine. So stop moaning. Yes, exactly. Lorraine, lovely to see you. I love the background.
Hello.
That's a real background, isn't it?
It's
You're
just
in a real place.
Yeah, this is one of our rooms.
Yeah.
It's only a small meeting room, but it's got a bit of a library feel to it.
I'm going to say, yes. But I think I really haven't had enough client visits, Lorraine. I think I definitely need to come down every day. How can I help? Have you got questions today?
No, nothing. I just logged in for some sanity today. That was about it. No issues though. Just to log on and get away from my desk for 5 minutes, to be fair.
Yes, no, that's fine. Okay, great. Okay. So what's happened this week? So there's been more questions about statutory sick pay. That is changing from the beginning of April. So everybody has the right to statutory sick pay. Again, we're waiting for the small print on it from the government, but everybody has a right to statutory sick pay from day one of employment. And they don't have to earn over the lower earnings level. If they earn less than the lower earnings level, which is, I think, £125 at the moment a week, then they get 80% of what their average weekly earnings are. Okay. And you would, again, we don't know how far back you would need to go, but usually in these things, it's about 3 months. So it's whatever they've earned in the last 3 months. That is what their average earnings is. Okay. Then we had a conversation this morning where we're getting a little bit into maths, that if you have enhanced sick pay for any of your staff, unless you've defined it as for senior management only, which I'm honestly, I've never seen that in a golf club. What I've usually seen is that the full-time greenkeepers who happen to be white and male, important thing, get the enhanced sick pay and food and beverage doesn't. You can't do that. That is discriminatory. You can't discriminate against part-time workers. Okay, let alone gender. So you need to give the part-time workers a pro rata entitlement to that enhanced sick pay. Okay, so if they worked 20 hours a week on average, they would get 50% of the enhanced sick pay. So even if there's 0 hours, if they're averaging 20 hours a week, that's what they're going to get. I mean, 0 hours truthfully shouldn't be that regular, but reality is that they often are. So it's then if they were rotated to work and they call in sick, that's when you would do the calculation as to how much enhanced sick pay they would be entitled to. So yes, they would be entitled to be paid, for the shifts that they would have worked that week. And that would be then taken off of their entitlement because it's usually a rolling 12 months period going forward. So it's just making sure that people have got that clear, and it's not supposed to be with anything to do with sick pay. We shouldn't be spending a lot of time deciding whether somebody deserves to have sick pay, because there was a club I was talking to last week, one of the new ones with us, and they're like, well, yeah, we decide whether we're going to do the enhanced sick pay or not, depending on how punctual they are and how almost smiley they are in the morning. It's like, you've got better things to do in a golf club than decide that. Just have they complied with the absence reporting? Have they got any sick days left? Yes, in which case pay them. That's it. We don't need to spend any more time on it until it becomes a problem. If you have to make that decision every time, that at some point it's going to go very wrong, and it's potentially a discriminatory thing.
Caroline, can I ask the question, please? If it's already like we do enhanced sick pay after 6 months of probation
service. Yeah.
If we want to go down the line, because it may clearly cause some issues, or does it cause an issue if it's for just day one SSP, isn't it? Not enhanced sickness.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And just to answer your point now about the 0 hours, that's what I do. If someone's on shift this week and they happen to phone in sick and they're a 0 hours person, we don't have many, but the odd one we do pay them.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And we've had a long-term, I'll say a long-term, he had a couple of months off and he was 0 hours. And the calculation through Sage was, it did offer him SSP in the end because his earnings went back so across the summer where he'd helped us out.
Yeah.
And it did calculate SSP as well for him. Whereas on another person, it did not, because she had less hours and she fell below the threshold. So it does work quite well. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And the payroll software should automatically update anyway. So it's just keeping an eye on it. Again, you need to know what the right answer is, because it should be automatic, but some payroll providers have challenges with that.
And is it the waiting days are going? Is that correct?
Correct. It's from day one of absence and day one of service. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay.
Thank you.
Good. And the other thing, if you haven't got a 6-month probation period at the moment, you need to put that into your contracts for all new starters. I mean, obviously we can go and do that for the people here. Just go and check, because that is likely to be the exemption period when they change the unfair dismissal laws next year. So we need to start working on 6 months probation to decide whether we're keeping or losing somebody. Mm-hmm. So rather than any 3 months, which is too short. So it was good.
Sorry, Caroline, is that for all staff, or is it just golf staff?
No, all staff. So from next year,
our current contract say 3 months.
Yes. So for new staff, in 2027, and we're not sure whether it's April or October, they are going to remove our freedom to fire people if they have under 2 years service. What they're going to say is they are protected from day one of employment, but in the first 6 months, well, we don't know it's 6 months. In the first, sorry, phone's beeping at me. It's like, honestly, people who want help, I will be there in 2 seconds. That it's likely to be the first 6 months that you can follow a shorter dismissal process than the full disciplinary or restructuring. That's got to be confirmed yet, but we need to start getting our head around. You've only got 6 months to decide whether you're keeping this person, rather than 3 months. That's not going to mean anything going forward. And we've got to do reviews and meetings in that time so that we have proof, because we're not going to be allowed to do, even if we do have 6 months to follow a shorter process, they're not going to let us go, oh, they just didn't fit. I must admit, I had that from a golf club this week. It's like, oh, the chef doesn't follow their instructions and they're not proactive and everything. And I said, well, that's you probably need some specific examples. But it's interesting. It's taken you 18 months to realise that. Did you not realise that after month 1, month 3, month 6? And you're not going to be able to do that without some proof, some reviews. With AI now in our meetings, it's really easy to do summaries, send those through, get it signed off, so that you show you've been giving them feedback, you've been pointing out, you've been helping them, you've been training them. So if they're not good at 5 months, you can say, yes, I've done everything I can, and they can go and they've got no comeback. But the first step is it's 6 months probation. Yeah, but we can change that in your template. We'll do that now. And then it's just so you bear that in mind if you're hiring anybody else. Yeah.
And are we due to get a new handbook this year?
Yes.
Okay. Because that's another thing with this other person. They didn't even have a handbook.
That doesn't surprise me, actually. Yeah. I'm just saying it really doesn't.
You've trained me too well. I ask all these questions.
Yes, no, exactly. It's like, well, how do you know what your policy is? It's like, oh, I don't know, really. It's like, yeah, okay. The handbook, obviously it helps the employees to know what the policy is, but it's really for the employer so that we can say, you didn't follow the policy, therefore we're going to do whatever we're going to do. So I don't know why an employer wouldn't do it, because it helps them. But an amazing number of people don't have them. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So,
thank you.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to go away and get handbooks changed and probation periods changed and do all of that. If there is anything in the meantime, as always, just send an email through and we can have a chat. But otherwise, have a lovely weekend and we'll see you all next week. Right. Take care. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you want a free peace of mind call with us to discuss your policies, handbook, and any burning staff issues in your business, click the link in the description below.